Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Simulation Soccer League. We got a double commentator duo here. Of course, Metafiction getting you the first one, and I'm here, Pablo Kawasaki, here for part two, where we're going to be having some great games here with the top of the table clash, a good couple good mid-table clashes, and one where both teams are heading in a little bit of opposite directions, but anything can happen here in the SSL, which we have seen. Starting off today's action will be Buenos Aires going against Hollywood FC. A big match for both teams towards the top of the table. Hollywood, of course, pretty standard here with their lineups. No surprises as we take a look on the table. Of course, Buenos Aires currently sitting in the 5th place position, 16 points. Hollywood FC in the 3rd place position themselves, trying to get themselves up towards the Sao Paulo and Reykjavik battles. A couple of dropped points here and there. So I was trying to see if they can recover that in their next matches today. It's going to be Buenos Aires in the orange, of course, going from your left to your right, and in the blue, it's Hollywood FC going from right to your left. Again, big game here, folks, for both teams, as McManus, though, picks up an early yellow card, as does Mograine. Maybe there's a little bit of a battle between both players, and they will be both having to take an early look to be playing quickly here, as Brooks also picked up a yellow. So referee taking none of this here early in this one. These are some very early yellow cards, so teams will have to definitely be careful here in this match. As you see, a nice little early cross and finds O'Leary. Criminal gets another opportunity, can't find Scott, as Calderon will be able to clear it away. As here's closing now the other direction. Finds Brooks. The midfield continues with possession. Switches it over now to the far side as we see Mograine coming up with it. Turns it to Skovgaard. Martel looking to put a shot in. That's a comfortable save though for Kabiri. He sees that one the entire way through. Stovgaard. Here's Martel. McManus so does well. He's able to intercept, but they will get the possession right back towards Hollywood. They do well to win the ball right back into recovery. As Mograine's going to flick this one on towards Martel. Martel with a nice low cross. Now it takes a couple of deflections off a couple of Buenos Aires players. And they will be able to clear it away, but they're going to have to get back into defensive shape once again for yet another Hollywood attack. As expected, though, it's a pretty even game so far. Both teams trying to get themselves a little bit of a mainstay here in the field, get comfortable with one another on the pitch. But it will be Skovgaard from range, and Kabiri just got a hand on that one. Impressive save from range. Brooks finds Skovgaard over towards Mograine. Mograine with the shot, and he finds the far corner. Impressive finish from the wingback. Able to get that good opportunity in towards the goal as Brooks got it towards Skovgaard, found to Mograine. A lot of space for him, no one to challenge, so he said, why not go for the shot, and he finds that top corner. Impressive finish, giving Hollywood FC the 1-0 lead. Continuing on here, here's Ruben now the other way. See if Buenos Aires can get a perfect response, and McManus had a shot opportunity to get blocked by. First good chance coming in there for Buenos Aires in this first half. We're going to try and see if they can build off of that to round out this opening half. Cormier. The cross in, Kabir though, able to call that one out, and he will be able to make the catch. Comes Dia, then now the other way with Brooks. Nice little 1-2, returns the pass, has a couple players inside, plays it back towards Brooks. It takes a deflection, and Martel will find it and place it in the goal. Hollywood 2, Buenos Aires 0. Unfortunate deflection there, coming off of the defender off the initial shot, and it falls perfectly towards Martel. And he just has to place it in. Criminal almost got the block there, and unfortunately didn't have enough to keep it out. That's a massive second goal right before the break, and Hollywood has started to take over control in this later stages of this opening half. Three minutes of additional time. And they get one more attack up the field. Let's see with Martel, back to Dia. Nice pass in for Hunt. Was he onside? No, it didn't look like it. And the referee does agree. Offside against Hunt there. That's going to get called back as Snooks as well picked up a yellow card. So 2-2 now for both teams. As you have a corner kick on the far side. Finds Brooks. He can strike it from range, and that takes a deflection. Snooks gets in front. Another corner kick. Probably the final play here of the opening half. There goes the whistle, and it is the halftime break. It has been Hollywood with a good control. Snooks with a tough first half. Under 50% there on the pass completions. So we'll see. I don't think the teams have anything going on the benches. So going straight right into its second half of play. Here comes Criminal with it down this left side. Mulgrain does well to get a foot in there. Close it. And towards the midfield. Nice little pass up for Brooks. He's behind Duck on defense. Can he place it? No, he just hits that wide. Hollywood, though, team that's used the most cap space, interestingly. Taking a look right now. Not much space left on the cap, so utilizing whatever they have to have the best team possible. Hoping this would be the year, but they're going to need a few more wins later on in the season to be able to hold on to that. But they're putting themselves in the fight right now and showing off a good match so far. Just over the hour mark right now. Another corner kick incoming for Hollywood. Calderon. That plays towards the near post. And it goes in. Hefferbeisen. Bar down and in. Great job on the near post. Beats the defender in the air. And wow, what a finish. Able to get that one. No chance for the keeper. It's just a sea of bodies and just goes off the underside of the crossbar into the goal. This looks like a comfortable victory now for Hollywood FC. Close it. Trying to play that one off for Hunt. Nicely intercepted in the defense. Let's see if Buenos Aires can get an attack. Haven't really challenged the goal of Wallerson all game long. But it's going to be another Hollywood attack, though, however. It's Cormier. Finds Brooks. Nice interception, Snooks. This is the counterattack chance they've been looking for. Scott has O'Leary, but he's going to take it himself, and they pull one back. No clean sheet for you, Hollywood. As Scott has been able to claw one back for his team. As Ruben played it up towards Scott, and he was just with a perfect striker's finish. And O'Leary will accept that one. Said, okay, you didn't have to pass it to me there. Put a finish like that, I'm happy. Lorenzo. And they find one more. No, game's not over yet. We thought it was it with 3-0. But that one goal has maybe sparked a little bit of life if they can get one in the next few minutes. But it is Hollywood on the attack. Mulgren, it's a low drive in and Klose puts it home, and there we go. There's that nail. Mulgren with a nice ball in towards a dangerous area with a sea of bodies in front of the goal. And Klose will be the one who's able to dig that one through all the bodies. Let's see, and just beats Lorenzo to the ball. And he's able to fire that one in. A great game out of Mulgren so far. With a nice opening goal, and now with a good assist, I won't be surprised if he's going to be player of the match. Comes back with it. He has O'Leary, but O'Leary wasn't on side, so he wasn't able to play the ball up originally. Ruben will keep this one in. Overstepped, though. Brooks wins that. And he's able to get Hunt. A 4-on-3 break the other way. Martel. Guys, close it towards the left. Will he play the pass? No, he went for the shot. And Kabiri makes the save. Off the corner kick. Martel able to take a touch. Went for the finesse. Wasn't powerful enough, though, to beat the keeper. Taking the time here as we look to round out the clock here. 3 minutes of additional time. Probably enough time for one more play here in this game. What has been a comfortable victory for Hollywood. Had a little bit of nerves there with that one goal back, but Commentator just wasn't able to really put the offensive output today. And that's just going to be the difference maker as Mulgren does pick up player of the game with a 9.4 and 8.2 for Calderon. 8.1 for Hefeweizen. So Calderon, great game himself. On the other side, Kabir dropping off that 6.8. Stone Sky had 6.7 despite the goal. So just a tough game all around for the team as we take a look here on the full-time stats. Gonna move on towards our second game of the day here, folks. Liffey side picking up their first victory of their careers in their last match day. Gonna go against a Tenochtitlan team who has been, for me, quite an entertaining team to watch so far this season. Despite being in the mid-table, they have been in the fight in a lot of their games. So this one's gonna be interesting to see if the Celtic side will be able to keep up their positive output they've got in their last game. Or will Tenochtitlan be able to take control here early? I think this opening 20 or so minutes will really be a factor in how this game is going to go. Johnny Elliott down this left side. Over to Hannibal. Try to get towards the Silva, and this is where they're going to attack. Miedema the other way. On the counter-attack is Skovgaard. I say this every game. I need to count how many Skovgaards we have in this league. It's crazy. As you have Elliott down this middle of the field. Finds Roger. Roger trying to play that cross in. Good job, though, from Noseworthy, able to block that one away. Volta on the shot. Say his name, and Hendry blocks that shot. Goes up for a corner kick. As they have a good opportunity off the header. A clean sheet. Trying to do their job of keeping a clean sheet here today with that save. Sorry guys, some terrible puns. I apologize. Mamba. 4-2! And that one went through a ton of bodies there. But I was forced aside. Magilla. Noseworthy for Dybala. Here's McTendy, the former goalkeeper, now turned defender, following the Kawasaki method. It's done well for him, so let's see if McTendy will do the same. He's wearing gloves, so he's like, all right, you know, it's a different type of gloves he's wearing this time as a defender rather than a keeper, but we'll see if he can make some magic for his team as Miedema has a chance, and wow. How was that kept out? Ball. Impressive save. Yeah, give him the rating on that one. I have no idea how he's able to keep that one out. Ria Sanjin. To Volta. Good job there from Skovgaard, though. Able to win it back in. It's looking like a very even game. I've said those 20 minutes are going to be key. And it's really just been a hard midfield battle. So it's going to be more so who's going to make the first impressive move, or more, where's the first mistake really going to come from? As Roger, a lot of bodies around him. Has to look for some support. Gets into Silva, puts it into Volta, try to first time it, and there's the mistake. Unable to clear it away, tried to take a touch. There was McTendy, and it was fired home by Patterson. First timer, no mistake. And there's the opening goal. Just said, all right, you know what? Boom, I'm going to one-time this one, and clean sheet couldn't keep that one out. Dom Patterson adds to his impressive tally with yet another goal on the season. Long ball up the left side for Mamba. Mamba with some space. That one's going to be free, and Pedrillo's shot, though, can't get through all the bodies. I think it was Pinkman who was able to get a block on that one and press the ball again. Put the ball in the dangerous areas, and good things can happen. And that one almost worked its way in for a tie game. Elliott, nice pace, gets by the first attacker, but had no support, though, and he was forced to turn that ball over. Interesting stat I'm looking right now. The headers. Tenochtitlan winning 71% of their headers, 26% only for Liffey side. That's an interesting one. So the Battle of the Air will be something Tenochtitlan will hope to try to continue here. As there's Pedrillo on the shot, as the rain starts to fall a little bit harder on the pitch. That means that ball's going to go a little bit faster, especially off that first bounce. Sometimes, especially when it rains, it kind of picks up speed off that first bounce. So if you're going to take shots, you kind of want to do a hard and low skip shot if you can. Really test the keepers, but who needs that when you can win the ball in the air, as we were just mentioning. Tenochtitlan with a huge second goal right before the halftime break, as they're just able to win the ball in the air. Pinkman gets a first, and unfortunately Pedrillo just couldn't keep it out on the post. I'm not too sure if it hit off the defender in the back of the keeper, but either way, 2-0 is the scoreline going into the halftime break. Johnny Elliott putting up the highest rating so far, dropping that 7.5. See if any substitution is going to happen here for the second half of play. Nope. Mr. GM is going to stay out. Caetano is going to stay on the bench for the second half. Got a comfortable 2-0 lead. Everything is working. Let's not change it. Well, this XG is pretty even so far. Can't count out this lefty side team just yet. Volta. Nice ball up towards Tuts, and just couldn't get a hard enough finish there. Comfortable near post save. As they continue out here with Dybala, and that one almost snuck in through. They almost pulled one back. There's the header they've been wanting to win. And it is getting it, like I said, actually very similar between the both teams, as they'll get yet another corner kick. Drove towards the near post. Pinkman, though, will get to it first. Second opportunity incoming here for Dybala. Possibly. There we go. Mamba tried to get it through on the first time. Tries to force himself through is Mamba and just can't find an avenue. Good job holding the line from the defense. Ball made an impressive save in that first half. Otherwise, pretty even game for himself so far. Hasn't really been tested too much yet, but everything could change in this last half an hour. Here's De Silva. Nice pass up. Does Hendry, though. Knocks it away from Tut. Can they go the other way with it? But still, Miedema making a run through the middle, trying to wait for that pass. Dybala, though, gets it towards Ball. Ball versus Ball. But instead, Pinkman will intercept that battle. And he'll make the block for a corner kick. Down the line, Dybala keeps this one in play, but he was offside, though, just barely behind the defender, so that's going to shut down that attack. Patterson. Joe kicks that one away. As Mamba is going to carry it forward. Can't find Dybala, though. Still. Scotland. Hendry. De Silva, though, pokes that one away. Hendry falls down, but that was all ball there, so no complaints from anybody. Still, though, this expansion team not giving up just yet. Ball with it. That's a good ball, and Miedema made a good inside cut. Just couldn't redirect that one onto goal. Tough chance there for the striker. Pull one back. Is Volta down the near side. Ball will clear that one away. Roger back for Volta. Gotta put the clincher, and it will get done as Billy Elliott gets a huge third goal to give their team the victory here in this one. And all 3 points as the corner kick from Volta got cleared away, but he got given a second opportunity here. And this time, Elliott is able to get himself in front of the defender, and he puts it home, and that will likely do it here. Maybe it's a consolation goal. Consolation goal, yes it will. Noseworthy able to win the ball in the air, and just gives a look to the crowd, said, yeah, well, there we go. We can score. No clean sheet for you, Ball. Looks like he was just hanging off the post, but just a little Sally's just saying, yeah, that was easy, chill. Again, look at it on the extra side. Just a tough result for this Liffey side team. So some positives to go for a home with, even though despite the scoreline, but just hoping to get a little bit more offensive output in their next upcoming matches. There goes the full-time whistle, folks. And it was a tough game there for Miedema, but Ball picking up a 7.5, and of course Noseworthy 7.3 on the goal. On the other side, man of the match going towards Sam Volta, dropping that's a 7.9. There's a couple other good players as well to highlight. It was a 7.8 from Billy Elliott, and then a couple 7.6s from Pinkman and Johnny Elliott. I'll run up 2 of the 3 games so far. Gonna move towards our final match where we're at the top of the table versus the bottom of the sides. It's going to be Sao Paulo going against AC Romana. The Tactica's going to have to go really strong to keep out this team on the top of the table, looking to keep up with Reykjavik. Currently leading in the goal differential, so seeing if they can extend that one here. And Romana trying to see if they can get off at the bottom of the table with a victory here today. Will be Sao Paulo in the red and black going from your left to your right. Purple and gold is the Romana squad. Here's some early possession here for Sao Paulo. There's De Groot. Gagne. Gagne is going to chip this one forward towards Cotswold. Gets it through, and there's the opening goal. And that's a dream start from Mulder, but is he onside? I'm going to have to wait and see as the VAR is going to take a look at this one. But this is a perfect start if it does count for Sao Paulo, and it's not going to. The longer this game progresses for Romana, the better it is. And it was Cotswold who just took a step offside. So it wasn't the initial... It was the initial ball, not the finish there. That was called back. Hashimoto. Mulder. Gagne. His shot gets blocked. A second chance. Just goes over the crossbar as the deflection found its way over. Cotswold gets around the defender and he puts it home. Cotswold, always a highlight reel player on the offensive output. Even as a defender, always seems to get involved. And Cotswold does get the opening goal in this one. Just turns around the midfielder and just powers it by Cronus. Couldn't react quick enough to make a block onto that one. Early lead, Sao Paulo. Gagne in range. Just one by. Gagne. Cotswold. The good shot does get blocked by Waynes. It's going to be one of those games here, folks. A lot of offensive output from the team in red. Purple, Romana's going to be hoping for that counterattack. See if they can get something going while the team in Sao Paulo is up the field. His head returns it back to the keeper. Always want to make sure your keeper's moving around, getting some touches on the ball, feeling comfortable. It's always difficult in those games when they're feeling a little bit cold. He's going to find Mulder. Cotswold. They chip it for De Groot. Nelson can't fire it. And Flip will be able to clear that one away. Off the corner kick, De Groot finds Mulder. Good save, Cronus. It's always a good sight to see as well, where every team has picked up a victory so far this season. Here in the major leagues, as it is, Romana and Leif's had both a single victory, but plenty more for both of them to come this season. Off the corner kick, Lichtsteiner will be able to head that one as far away as De Groot. Low ball right back in, and credit the defense so far for Romana. They're doing their job. They're holding the line. They're not making it easy. Sao Paulo's going to have to work if they want to get the goals. And shots from outside of the penalty area, you take those all day long. Cotswold. Nelson returns it towards Cotswold. Kirkpatrick. He's going to tee that one up. Why not? Let's get more defenders with opportunities. Head off the corner. Cronus does well. And if it's the defenders making all the chances for Sao Paulo, that means you're doing something right if you're Romana. Not allowing their attackers to be the one to put the finishing touches. Francis has this away. Can we see something going forward? Waynes try to hit it up, but unfortunately nobody was up the field there yet for Romana. But they could win it here in midfield. Minjong gets dispossessed as here comes Mulder. Gagne flip does well, heads that one up. Cotswold. Lots of things are going to happen if Cotswold is involved, but going to return this towards Kirkpatrick. Little reset here. As the defender's going to put the cross in. And a good header from Mulder, but comfortable catch for Cronus. A lot of chances here in the first half, but I wouldn't say a lot of clear-cut chances. Ooh, oh, man. Unlucky one there, but Mulder does get the goal. As the initial cross, Cronus doesn't come out to catch that one. Saying, I don't know if I was going to reach that one off the cross from Hashimoto. The first one hits off of the post and flips clearance, though. Hits right off the body of Mulder and deflects right back into the goal. Just an unlucky play there for Flip. With the goalkeeper out of play. And that's going to make it a 2-0 lead now for Sao Paulo. "23 shots in the half." But again, most importantly, only 7 on target, though. 24 shots. Only 7 on target, so not a very good ratio there. And that means Romana's defense, they're doing everything they can. I'm got to give them credit. They're hustling out there. As we get ready for the second half of play. See if there's going to be any substitutions. Here's Cotswold. Flip does well to head that one away. That's Kirkpatrick. Gagne. Hashimoto looked for the far post. Good effort there. Gonna be one of those halves where just play it simple. Don't do anything too crazy. As the clock continues to wind itself. Not as many shots so far for Sao Paulo, but let's see if we're coming off this free kick, if something changes. As Mulder finds Rubio, and we haven't seen much of him so far, but he's offside in this opportunity. Here comes Romana. Can they get an attack forward? Sanji to Hoppity. Hoppity down this right side, taking their time, waiting for some players to get up the field. Plays it back, Van Eindhoven! That shot had eyes on it! And that's one of those things where you have maybe a cold goalkeeper, hasn't really faced anything all game. Take one from range. And Van Eindhoven could have one of the top goals of the match day with that one from range. Might have taken a slight deflection off of head there. But that's the chance they've been looking for. Get that counterattack. Something can happen. 2-1. 2-1, folks. Anything can happen now. As Cronus will head this one away. Shot from range. Not a Van Eindhoven finish, that's for sure. Here he is on the corner kick. They get through and it goes in! They've tied it! It's Hoppity! Off the corner kick! Unbelievable! 2 chances, 2 goals. La Tactica, folks. And just beats it towards the near post. Hoppity. I think he scored a goal just like that last match day, and he did it here again. It is 2-2, folks. Can they do the unbelievable? Ooh, Rubio does get saved. I almost could say, oh no. But Rubio does get stopped by Cronus. Sao Paulo, they got to start waking up here. Maybe start to bring some of the players forward and see if they can get some opportunities. Off the goal kick. That's not a good pass. And good job, Cronus. Able to recover. Redeem. Corner kick off the header. That one doesn't go in towards the goal either. No, go for a goal kick. Sao Paulo just trying to find these opportunities to threaten the goal of Cronus. It's Hoppity. Carried it a little bit too long, and Gagne does well to intercept. Can Hoppity block him? Mulder, lots of space there. Tried to go for the near post. Might have been able to play that ball in towards the middle. Chose not to. Bit of a frustrating one here for the Sao Paulo coaching staff. Gonna have to work on getting these shots onto goal. XG of over 5 now for the Sao Paulo team, but the only important thing is the 2-2 on the scoreline. Into extra time, 2 minutes left. Can Romana hold on? 1 minute to go. Park the bus. Rubio. Chapter Cotswold flipped as well to win it. Just cleared away. Nothing up the middle. Oof. That almost made my heart race right there as that pass went towards the middle. But they do get themselves out of it. Lichtsteiner. Oh no. Can they go the other way? Can they go the other? Oh no, they can't. That's okay. Hold the line now with Cotswold. One more. Do they have enough time? One more attack, Sao Paulo. No, they do not. There goes the final whistle, and massive dropped points here today for Sao Paulo with a 2-2 draw. It's Romana Cotswold with the man of the match, dropping an 8.2. 7.6 though for Cronus. 8.0 though for Hippity Hoppity. That's my man of the match right there, Hoppity. Impressive game. Great job there for the Romana squad. And that will do it here for our match day. Thank you so much for everyone who's tuned in for these games. And until next time, folks, it's been Pablo Kawasaki, and I'll catch you next time.